Most people have no idea where their money goes every month. They earn a decent salary. They're not buying yachts or designer bags. And yet, by the 25th of the month, they're wondering where it all went. If that's you, you're not bad with money. You just don't have a system. Today I'm giving you one. The 50-30-20 rule is the simplest, most effective budgeting framework ever created. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it, step by step, with a real example of a real monthly budget. By the end of this video, you'll have your own first budget built. Let's go. Welcome to Finance Simple, where we break down money in a way that actually makes sense. Today's video is one I wish existed when I was 22, because nobody ever teaches you how to budget, not in school, not at your first job. You're just expected to figure it out. And most people don't, until a financial crisis forces them to. We're getting ahead of that today. Here's what we're going to cover: what the 50-30-20 rule is and where it comes from, why it works for any income level, and then a complete step-by-step walkthrough of building a real monthly budget using this framework. Let's start with the basics. Step 1. Understand the rule. The 50-30-20 rule was popularized by U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book All You're Worth, published in 2005. The concept is simple. Take your after-tax monthly income, what actually lands in your bank account, and divide it into 3 buckets. 50% goes to needs. These are non-negotiable expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transport to work, insurance, the things you literally cannot live without or cannot cancel. 30% goes to wants. These are the things that make life enjoyable but aren't essential: eating out, streaming services, gym membership, holidays, shopping for things you want but don't need. 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. This is the bucket that builds your future. Emergency fund, investments, paying off debt faster, pension contributions. That's it. 3 buckets. Every dollar you earn goes into one of them. No spreadsheet degree required. Step 2. Find your starting number. Before you can divide your income, you need to know your after-tax monthly income. This is the number that actually hits your bank account, not your gross salary, not what's on your contract, your net income. For most people in full-time employment, this is straightforward. It's what gets deposited each month. If you're self-employed or freelance, take your average monthly revenue and subtract your taxes and business costs. Once you have that number, write it down. That single number is the foundation of your entire budget. Let me give you the example we'll use for the rest of this video. Let's say your after-tax monthly income is $3,000. That's roughly a $42,000 to $45,000 annual salary in the U.S. after taxes, which is close to the median income for adults in their 20s. Now let's divide it. $3,000 times 50% equals $1,500 for needs. $3,000 times 30% equals $900 for wants. $3,000 times 20% equals $600 for savings. Those 3 numbers are your entire budget framework. Simple. Done. Let's now fill them in. Step 3. Build your needs budget. Remember, 50% of $3,000 is $1,500. This is your non-negotiable spending. Let's populate it with a realistic example. Rent, $900 a month. This is realistic for a shared apartment or a modest studio in many U.S. cities. Groceries, $200. Utilities, electricity, internet, water, $100. Transport, $150. That includes a monthly transit pass or the fuel and insurance for a car. Health insurance, $100. Phone bill, $50. Total so far, $1,500. We've hit exactly 50%, and every single item on that list is something you genuinely cannot cancel or eliminate. Now, what if your needs cost more than 50%? This is where people struggle. If your rent alone is $1,400 and your income is $3,000, your needs are already over budget. In that case, you have 2 options. 1. Reduce a need where possible. Find a cheaper apartment, refinance insurance, switch mobile plans. 2. Acknowledge the imbalance and adjust your wants budget temporarily. The 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a prison. Use it to see reality clearly, then make intentional decisions. Step 4. Your wants budget. $900 per month. This is the fun part, and also where most budgets fall apart. Because people don't track their wants. They buy a coffee here, a dinner there, a new jacket they didn't plan for, and suddenly, $900 is gone before the month is over, and they don't know where. The key is to plan your wants before you spend them. Here's a realistic example of a $900 wants budget. Eating out and food delivery, $200. Streaming services, Netflix, Spotify, whatever you use, $30. Gym membership, $40. Shopping, clothes, home items, things you want but don't need, $200. Entertainment, cinema, events, bars, $150. Travel savings, putting aside money for a future trip, $200. Beauty and personal care beyond basics, $80. Total, $900. Notice something. This budget is not restrictive. It includes eating out, shopping, a gym, entertainment, and saving for a holiday. That's a good life, but it's a planned life. And the difference between a plan and no plan is the difference between feeling in control and wondering where your money went. Let's pause for a quick check-in. So far we have $1,500 in needs, allocated. $900 in wants, allocated. That leaves us with $600 for savings. Before we go there, drop a comment right now. Tell me, is your biggest challenge the needs bucket, the wants bucket, or savings? I genuinely read every comment, and this helps me understand what content to make next. Now, the final bucket. And honestly, this is the one that changes everything. Step 5, the savings bucket. $600 per month. This is where your future is built. Most people treat savings as whatever's left over at the end of the month. The 50-30-20 rule flips that. You save first. You protect this $600 before you spend a cent on wants. Here's how to split your $600 wisely. First, emergency fund. If you don't have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved already, put $200 to $300 per month here until you do. An emergency fund is not optional. It's the foundation of every other financial goal. Second, high-interest debt repayment. If you have credit card debt above 15% interest, throw as much of this $600 at it as possible. Paying off 20% interest debt is the equivalent of a 20% guaranteed return, better than almost any investment. Third, investments. Once your emergency fund is solid and your high-interest debt is gone, direct your savings into low-cost index funds, VOO, a Roth IRA, whatever is available to you. $300 per month invested at a 10% average annual return becomes over $68,000 in 10 years. Over $226,000 in 20 years. From $300 a month. That is the power of consistent early investing. Fourth, specific goals. A house deposit, a car, a sabbatical. Give this money a name and a timeline, and it will be there when you need it. Step 6, the 4 mistakes that break budgets. Mistake 1. Budgeting your gross income, not your net income. Lots of people budget with their salary before taxes, then wonder why the numbers never work. Always start with what hits your bank account. Mistake 2. Forgetting irregular expenses. Car insurance paid annually. Christmas gifts, doctor visits, subscriptions you forgot about. These are budget killers because they feel like surprises even though they're predictable. The fix. Create a monthly irregular expenses category and put aside $50 to $100 each month. When the bill comes, you're ready. Mistake 3. Making your budget too rigid. Life changes. Your income might go up. Your rent might increase. Build in a monthly review, 15 minutes at the end of each month to compare what you planned to what you actually spent. Adjust from there. Mistake 4. Giving up after one bad month. You will have bad months. An unexpected car repair. A medical bill, a spontaneous holiday. One bad month doesn't mean budgeting doesn't work. It means you're human. Reset, adjust, and continue. The habit of budgeting is worth more than a perfect budget. Step 7. Your complete budget and action plan. Here is the complete $3,000 month budget we just built together. Needs, $1,500. Rent, $900. Groceries, $200. Utilities, $100. Transport, $150. Insurance, $100. Phone, $50. Wants, $900. Eating out, $200. Streaming, $30. Gym, $40. Shopping, $200. Entertainment, $150. Travel savings, $200. Personal care, $80. Savings, $600. Emergency fund, $250. Debt repayment, $150. Investments, $150. Goal savings, $50. Total, $3,000. Budget complete. Now, your action plan for this week. Monday. Find your after-tax monthly income. Tuesday, list every fixed expense, your needs. Wednesday, set a monthly limit for each want category. Thursday, automate your savings, set up a standing order on payday. Friday, download a free budgeting app, YNAB, Mint, or a simple Google Sheet, and enter everything. That's it. You now have a budget, and you built it in under 10 minutes. Use your actual numbers. Adjust the categories to your life. But the structure, 50-30-20, stays the same, and that is your complete guide to the 50-30-20 budgeting rule, step by step. Needs, wants, savings, 3 buckets. Every dollar has a job. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit the like button. It takes 1 second and it genuinely helps more people find this content. Subscribe to Finance Simple for a new money video every week. We make this stuff simple, clear, and actionable. And comment below, what's your biggest challenge with budgeting? Needs too high? Wants out of control? Can't seem to save? Tell me. I reply to every comment. See you in the next one.